only thing I remember Grandma really saying is that Grandpa, by the way he would talk or treat her, he treated her special. And she felt that way, that she was special in his eyes. And that she would always talk about, like she was intoxicated by the fact that, this man, makes me feel so good about myself, and he's always praising me for whatever I do and stuff like that. And I was just amazed. I never met Grandpa. He died the year I was born, 2 months. But it kind of brought that to my mind about how much she really loved Grandpa. And as she was getting up in age, she knew she was going to see Grandpa soon. And she was always happy about that.
It was always her boyfriend, right?
Yeah,
It was
her
even her
boyfriend.
boyfriend. You know my
Yep.
boyfriend, right? It's
Yeah,
Grandpa.
Grandpa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But from what my dad told me, they met through Grandpa's friends with David Trask, and Grandma's friend was Ann Trask, David's wife. So I guess maybe they had something to do with setting them up. Yeah, down by Paling. I was born like 5 years after Grandpa Miller had passed away, so I have very little memories of any, if any. Any memories I have was basically from what other people would tell me. But what I do know about Grandpa is did some genealogy research, and we all know we Hawaiian and German, and through Grandma Miller is Spanish and English. But the two that came out just recently is that we kind of knew we were Indian too, the red dot, not the feather, the dot. But was confirmed through cousin Alan Hole, had done some genealogy research, and he's gotten Grandpa Miller's great-great-grandfather's army records when he was in Queen Victoria's army in India. And that's where his name was James Trail, and he hooked up with a native Indian woman, and they had children. They had a daughter named Margaret. Margaret married Moses Miller, who had Charles Miller, which was Grandpa Miller's father. So, that's where Auntie B and Uncle Charlie, they got their light eyes and their red hair. It's from their Scottish nationality. So we got a little bit of that. We got a whole bunch of stuff inside of us, yeah. And then Grandma, we know Grandma was just Hawaiian English, Hawaiian Caucasian, yeah, from Maui, yeah.
I know on Waipa the Trax family was there also. And Grandma was staying with the Trax family at the time. So I think that's how, because the Millers were there too. Grandpa then was there too. And that's how we got to know Grandma and Grandpa. And the reason I know the Trask family was close to Grandma is because her godchild was that attorney. What's his name?
Arthur.
What was his name?
Arthur?
The attorney that. Yeah, Arthur Trask. And he'd come up here with his white suit, I still remember, and knock on the door, Eva Jane. Knock on the door. And she goes, oh my goodness, and she'd try and get ready. But yeah, they loved her. At her death, I still remember, at her burial, they all circled her grave, the Trask, and they held hands, and they sang Aloha. Yeah, Aloha Oi to Grandma. So, that was, Grandpa came from, his family was, looking at the genealogy. I just happened to start to study it a little bit. And, the Hawaiians, the royal part in Kauai, we were part of that. I mean, now it's not, but at the time, and our great, I think 4 times removed or 5 times removed, grandmother was, she had royalty, and she married a Howley, John Hobbs. And after that, they only married Howleys, after that, so, but the thing is, it can be traced, our lineage can be traced all the way back because of that. And I'm really fortunate to be part of that, because people, my granddaughter just went and got tatted, a tattoo, and they know about stuff like the people that do that, especially the one that you went to, about the genealogy. So he explained a lot to her, and she explained it to me. So it was very interesting how that came down. But how I first got to know about the family was I was living on the pumping station on Kalihi Street, and there was a knock on the door. I went to answer the door. There was a Chinese man, and he looked like he had all, you know, when it's white on the face. And he introduced himself as ʻāpaka. That was Alfred ʻāpaka's father. And all he did was ask me, "Are you a miller?" I said, "My mother's a miller." He said, "Then you're a miller." And he said they were doing the genealogy, and he was just tracking down the different people. So I did tell him that the family lived on Murphy Street, but how they got to my house and how they found out, it's amazing, you know, that they did that, especially without the DNA thing now.